Hello, my sun-kissed fairy noodles. In case you hadn't guessed this already, the secret behind my intro pet name selection process is that I literally just sit down and words come out of my mouth. So I'm sorry for when I say things like sun-kissed fairy noodles or whatever it is I just said. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different and get to know you a little bit better and say a few things that have been sort of circulating in my mind. FYI, this is another video where Caspian is awake and watching television, so if you hear Finding Dory in the background and if a child launches himself onto me at some point in the video, I'm sorry. So I mentioned in my last video that I'm starting a series of videos that is going to cover everything makeup and skincare related that I have in my mind grapes, and I'm just gonna throw it all at you. And I thought since I'm going to be saying a lot of stuff to you, it would be helpful maybe to have a little bit of my background and sort of who I am and why I'm doing this, and also some perspective things so you know where I'm coming from. I'm a makeup artist for film and television. I do beauty and special effects makeup. I've been doing that for about 8 years. I went to makeup designery in Los Angeles, and before that I was an oil portrait painter. So I approach everything makeup related very much with that mindset. Hello, dude. May I help you? Are you enjoying your raisins? They look delicious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. That was quick. So I approach everything with a sort of art theory perspective, and that is relevant because as we go through this process, I'm going to be kind of bringing a lot of that information into your brain. My goal with this series and this channel and my life, sort of, actually, is to get you guys to feel really educated and empowered, that you can think critically on your own and address your own face and skincare and feel super duper confident. My absolute favorite part of my job is when I do somebody's makeup and they feel really awesome with how they look. There's this little magic thing that happens inside where all of a sudden they have better posture and they have this little glow and a little spring in their step. It's like having a good hair day but for your face. And it's like addicting to watch that transformation happen. And when I go out into the world and I engage with other human beings, which for better or for worse, I sometimes do, and said humans find out that I'm a makeup artist, I get some sort of reaction like, oh, that's a cool job. And then like a, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm probably doing everything wrong, like disclaimer. And it makes me sad because I've seen the power of makeup, and it's not that makeup is the most important thing in the world, but there really is power in feeling super confident in your body and in your skin and like yourself. And so I just want every person that wears makeup to feel that. And that's kind of what inspired me to start doing these videos, because honestly, and this may be a shocking surprise, being in front of the camera does not come naturally to me. It honestly took having my child and literally being too tired to give a shit to feel comfortable enough to make these videos. If any of you have watched 30 Rock, which you all need to watch 30 Rock, by the way, and it's on Netflix, so there's no excuse. There's an episode called Jack Tour, where Jack Donaghy, the boss, is going to be on an episode of TGS, and you find out that he's incredibly awkward on camera and that he shot this tiny little spot for the company, but it took him like 5 days to shoot, and he would like hold 2 coffee cups. No one cares about what I'm saying right now. This is a perfect example of why I shouldn't be on camera. But anyway, he literally forgets how to be a human being when there's a camera, and that's how I was, and I have people that can vouch for the truthfulness of that statement. So you can all thank Caspian for me being just literally too tired to care about whether or not I'm being stupid anymore. But yeah, I really just want everybody to have that feeling of a good hair day, but for your face, a good face day, every fucking day. I really love helping women to feel empowered and strong and just badass, and I feel like this is the time for us all to stand up and be like, hey, fuck you, I'm awesome and I look awesome and I feel awesome, and this is sort of the way that I know how to do that. This is kind of a weird time for makeup because with social media, all of a sudden women are being inundated with all of these really advanced techniques and looks that are pretty overwhelming for a lot of people, I have found, and so it's sort of like peak insecurity time. Like I said, when I'm out in the world and people are like, I don't know what contouring is, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. And that's sort of why I want to share this information with you guys so desperately. And that sort of leads nicely into the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys, which is kind of just my makeup philosophy. I am super passionate about creative and editorial makeup. It's one of my favorite art forms. Obviously, I am a makeup artist, so I like it. And I will also scream and holler all day, every damn day, to defend your right to do whatever you want when it comes to your style and your life, and encourage you to march to the beat of your own fucking drum. So I'm not here to bash different makeup styles or preferences. What I am here to do is cover the basics of natural beauty, because I feel like that's the area with the biggest educational void right now, and I also feel like that's the thing that most women are trying to do. So I will of course throw fun tutorials and looks in throughout, but I'm really going to focus heavily on teaching you how to enhance your natural beauty so that you feel like your youiest you, because I think that's the most important thing. In my opinion, that typically entails helping people to feel and look healthy and to have their features look lifted and defined. And those are gonna be things that I mention a lot in different videos when I talk about how to clear up and even out your complexion and how to place your eyeshadow. I'm always trying to help you look healthy, lifted, and defined, and that's sort of like what I bring it all down to. I also view makeup the way that I view jazz music. Jazz music is improvised and it is fun and it breaks all kinds of rules. However, to be a good jazz musician, you have to learn what the rules are first, and then that empowers you to step outside of them and jump outside of the box and make something that actually sounds good. Similarly with makeup, I really loathe the word rules, but what I mean is there's actually science at play when we're doing our makeup, and that is the science of your eyeballs. Everything we see because light reflects off of objects at different wavelengths, and it is then processed by our eyeballs and our brains, and that tells us what color things are, what shape they are, how far away they are, etc. It's literally science, and it's not really up for debate. And the ways that this eyeball science apply to things like color theory is kind of what I want to teach you. And it's really simple information. You don't need to get like a doctorate in makeup to be able to do your own makeup. But anyway, I feel like once you gain an understanding of these really basic concepts like visual direction and complementary colors, you'll see how simple it is to actually understand your makeup and what's working and what's not. And from there you can leap out of your box and paint jazz music all over your face. I think that's the point I was trying to make. But anyway, I'm really excited, like really excited to take this journey with you guys. If you have read my book already, there will be a lot of overlap. If you haven't, I'll put a link in the description box. It's probably a good study guide. Just saying. If you want to partake of more of my nonsense, you can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at Kiki G Makeup. I obviously encourage you to do that. Twitter is the best place to ask me quick questions and get quick answers. You should also probably subscribe to my channel, or else suffer a curse where you always want to sing along to every song that you listen to, but you can never quite remember the words. That's a good one. Yeah, definitely subscribe. And if you liked this video and you feel so inclined, you can always like this video. All right, I will see you guys in a couple of days. Goodbye.